Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the So Brothers channel. And today we got a leak of a pretty interesting shoe. So the Kyrie Flytrap line has been incredible so far. The first Flytrap was definitely one of my favorites. Coming in at a very good price, 80-90 bucks for a Kyrie shoe. It has a nice outsole curvature, very good traction. Cushion kind of sucks. The first one wasn't that bad. I mean, it had a little bit of compression, but it bottomed out pretty quickly. But it was better than the old school Zoom Live. You know, that one had absolutely no heel compression or anything. Overall, just a really solid performing line with not very good cushion. So the first one was really nice. The second one was also really nice. I love this one. It's probably one of my favorites as well. Then we have the third one, which had the strap with the same exact outsole and midsole, right? So shout out to Street Boy for these leaks, and so here it is, and there you go, it's the Kyrie Flytrap 4, the exact same freaking shoe for 3 years straight. To be honest, Nike does this a lot, you know. So for example, let's see, here's the original Mamba mentality, right? The Mamba or Kobe mentality, right? This is the first one, and then here's the second one. So different upper, you know, so it looks kind of different. But the midsole, I guess they kind of changed it up a little bit, you know, with this, there's lines or stripes here on the midsole. Kind of, it's a drop-in midsole, but kind of the caged midsole. I don't really know what to call it. And then it's a little bit different here, but the traction pattern is exactly the same, right? The traction is insane in both these shoes. But anyways, you know, Kobe mentalities, right? Budget line, Nike does it. Same exact thing. So they come out with the, I forget, it's like the Mamba mentality or whatever, Mamba Rage. This is a Rage, and then there's a Fury coming out, or that's already out. So they did that as well on the Fury, which is exactly the same as last year's Mamba, whatever it was called, right? I'll put up pictures, I don't remember. There's so many names now, but you know, there's these, and it's exactly the same shoe. I mean, the upper didn't really even change all too much. Traction is exactly the same. So they do this, you know, 2 years in a row, yeah, and sometimes they do this for signature shoes, you know, the KD 9 to the 10. I mean, they didn't really keep everything the same. The only thing that's pretty much the same is the cushioning. The traction pattern is different. The upper is different. I guess the overall silhouette is really similar though, right? So KD, apparently he really liked the zoom, the full-length zoom. And so he kept it the same for 2 years in a row, which isn't, you know, that's not a huge deal. You know, it looks like a different shoe, right? Same thing with the LeBron 15 and the 16. Same exact cushioning setup, basically. The upper is pretty much kind of the same. It's different. And the traction pattern is different. And then the KD Tray 5.8 and the KD Tray 5.7 has the exact same outsole and midsole with the Renew cushioning. I don't have the 7 because Donny Boy tried the 7, so this is the 8. And then the Precision, same exact thing, same exact traction pattern and cushioning. They just changed up the upper a little bit. And I guess that's okay. You know, Nike needs to save money, I guess, even though they're a multi-billion-dollar company. Where you can save money, you know, save money, cut back costs. That's fine. It's a budget model. And I guess, you know, the looks of the shoe is mostly with the upper, right? You don't really see the traction pattern, so that's okay. The midsole, even if it looks similar, if the upper looks a little bit different, it looks like a different shoe kind of, right? And for budget shoes, 2 years in a row, that's okay. But I've never seen 3 years straight. You know, if you look at, I mean, obviously we don't have a picture of the outsole, but it looks exactly the same. The midsole looks exactly the same for the 2, 3, and now this is the Kyrie Flytrap 4. I mean, Street Boy's saying it is the Kyrie Flytrap 4. We don't really oh yeah, so on the tongue, you know, like the little pull tab on the tongue, we can kind of see Kyrie Irving's logo. Here in the heel, but kind of acting as a heel counter, I guess. It looks like they have some synthetic leather, or like a synthetic leather overlay. And as far as material goes, you have more like a textile material, I would say, textile mesh. And the material actually doesn't look that bad on this. And I also really like the swoosh placement. And then we can see some flywire. They're using some flywire again. So there's some thick flywire cables on, I guess, the first 2 eyelets on the lateral side. And we also have a synthetic piece. So that'll obviously help with lateral containment. And you know, Kyrie does a lot of movements, crossovers and stuff like that, so he does need it. I don't think I've ever seen Kyrie play in Flytraps though. He plays in his signature shoe, obviously, and then he plays it in his lows. I've seen him play in his lows. Like this year he was playing the low 2s. The only time I remember Kyrie wearing his Flytraps was when, I think it was a Toy Story colorway with the Flytraps. You know, it was probably like a PE. But I think it was just a practice. you know, so he was wearing those for practice and he switched into like the Kyrie 5 or something. But those, the Flytrap, I think 2 or Flytrap 1 Toy Story colorway was super sick, if you guys remember that. One thing I don't like about the Kyrie Flytrap 4 is that it looks like it's a mid-cut. Like, it comes up very, very high. So low, obviously, it like swoops down like this, right? You know, in the ankle area, it swoops down. And then like a mid kind of just like stays straight. So I don't know, like I always say, I don't like mid cuts. Either make it a high or a low, because mid cuts, they just feel uncomfortable over the ankle. You know, it like goes over the ankle, but it doesn't give you really good ankle protection or ankle support. Why not just make it a high and get good ankle support, or just make it a low and not have any type of restrictive feeling on your ankle, you know? And that's just my opinion. And overall, I don't know, I feel like I like the 2 better, and I really like the 1, how it looks. The 3 was okay with the strap, and then the 4 is probably my least favorite as of right now. I don't really like this colorway either. You have some cool like looking stitching though over the synthetic overlay. That's interesting. I've never seen that done. And then we can probably see a number 11 on the back where the heel is. So what do you guys think? You know, they're probably using the same exact setup, you know. The cushioning is really stiff probably, and a very small hex zoom unit where the ball of your foot is. Not even like a full 4-foot unit, it's just right here. And not very nice cushion, which is okay, you know, not really. I mean, I wish it was a little bit better, but you know, whatever, what are you gonna do, right? But then 3 years in a row, I've never seen that. I've seen like 2 years, you know, they usually keep it the same kind of for 2 years and then they switch it up. Do you guys think Nike's being super lazy with the Flytrap line? I mean, I wonder how the sales are for the Flytrap line. I've seen quite a few people with the Flytraps on, and they're really good performers. And we have an outlet right here, which is like 15 minutes away. And the Flytraps go for like 40-50 bucks. I asked them how it performs, and a lot of them like it. You know, especially the traction. They're always like, dude, the traction is really good. So tell us your thoughts on the Kyrie Flytrap 4. What do you guys think of the aesthetics? It's probably gonna be around 90 bucks and probably coming out maybe in a month or 2. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.